Hi, Chris here. There's been a lot of debate over the past few weeks about YouTube's treatment of creators after a number of large channels became victims of takedowns and restrictions following copyright and community guideline claims which are widely considered to be spurious. The general opinion, and it's one that I agree with, is that this is now a real problem for creators. That YouTube siding with those who abuse their systems is causing a lot of stress and harming their businesses. But I think the point that many people are missing is that from YouTube's point of view, this isn't necessarily a problem. People are mostly talking about this like it's a failure of customer service, that YouTube support is irregular and inconsistent and uncommunicative, and that we should expect more from them. But creators aren't customers, are they? YouTube's creators are suppliers of this stuff they call content. YouTube needs that content to draw viewers, who supply YouTube's product, human attention. That attention is then sold to Google's customers, and part of the revenue from that sale is shared with the creators, or sometimes with spurious copyright claimants who had nothing to do with the creation at all. YouTube doesn't care about the specifics of the content. They care that they've got a continuous fire hose of the stuff. They care about how many viewers it brings and what their demographics are. But as long as it doesn't violate their terms of service, they couldn't care less about what that content is and who's making it. Video on YouTube is purely a carrier for the product they're selling. A creator with 1 million subscribers may seem like a really big deal. On their own terms, they may well be a tremendous success, but to YouTube, they're just a droplet in the fire hose. For the vast majority of creators on YouTube, dealing with their problems is simply not worth the time and money that it would cost Google to get one of their highly paid staff to deal with the problem personally. They'd rather you walk away from the site entirely than lose money on you. They're a business. So instead of human support, they provide automated tools, and automated tools are flawed and open to abuse. It isn't that they don't know this, it's that they designed them this way. Not to maximize fairness, they have no obligation to do that, but to minimize human intervention, legal exposure, and overall cost. So where does that leave us, YouTube's content suppliers? Well, hoping YouTube will change is, I think, not the answer. The result of this pressure, I think, will more than likely just be a conciliatory statement saying, "We're listening to you, we will try to do better." But maybe we'll get better communication in the future, or some other gesture of goodwill. Maybe they'll tweak their automated tools, or do something useful with that fair use defense program PR stunt. But they cannot solve the problem. It's inherent to their business model. Even if they hired 100 times more staff to do dispute resolution, that would just mean 99.9% of viewers were shut out instead of the current 99.999. The problem is in the unreliable and exploitable hands-off automated systems that almost everyone would still have to deal with. Copyright, fair use, and community guidelines disputes are a problem that can only be solved with human oversight because they are all case by case. These things can't be solved at scale. Think of the army of staff they would need to be able to do it for everyone. It would be a massive waste of money for them to try, and they have no reason to care. A little unrest in a small corner of the site isn't a major concern to them. If the current situation drives a few successful creators away, really not a big deal. People are not going to stop watching videos, and most of the major players in this protest aren't even threatening to leave anyway. So for what possible reason would YouTube give even 1/1000th of a damn? Of course, I'm not saying don't speak up. These criticisms are all real issues, and protest is important. I'm saying that I don't think it's going to change anything. But maybe there is something that creators can do about this. If we want some proper support, maybe we need to become customers. If we want a solution, we need to be open to that. We need to look for and push for a video platform where our creative rights and their business interests are in alignment instead of in opposition. When we find it, we need to be ready to use that platform, in addition to or instead of YouTube, to throw our support behind it and make it a viable competitor. And like it or not, we need to be ready to pay. Well, that's my opinion anyway. I'd love to hear yours. Tweet me at @tryoptimum or leave a comment down below. I'm Chris, thanks for watching.